Welcome to Suburban Death Metal Dad Bonus Tracks, Episode 76, Japan Music and Video Game Pickups 2025. Okay, before I get started, there's several things I wanted to mention. First of all, I was there in June on vacation, and searching for music, video games, whatever is not my primary reason for going. It's just something I'm fortunately able to do while I'm there. All right, next thing I want to mention is most of what I picked up is actually not metal. There's definitely some metal in there, but it definitely leans more towards rock than metal. With the exception of one video game, everything I picked up was used. I do look for new stuff, but I just didn't find anything on this trip. With a conversion, the average of what I paid for the music that I picked up this time was like around $5. Not every release I picked up is a Japanese version, but what I'm going to be showing is the booklet, and then if there's an OBI strip or a Japanese insert, I'll be showing that as well. So I'm going to go through the music first, and then the video games, and then no particular order, except I'm going to show the CDs that I listened to already. I'll show those first, and then go to the ones I haven't listened to yet. All right, before I get started, I want to mention there's primarily two places I go to pick up music. One is called Book Off, and it's a chain, and they have, depending on which one you go to, all kinds of different stuff like CDs, DVDs, vinyl, video games, books, toys, clothing, just a lot of different stuff. It's a really cool place. And the other place I go to is called Disc Union. That's also a chain record store. They have vinyl, CDs, magazines, t-shirts, and sometimes audio equipment. And primarily I get used stuff there as well, even though they sell new stuff. Sometimes I find new stuff I pick up, but generally I end up buying used. Alright, first one up here, Anthrax Super Best, and this is a Japanese version and came with an OBI strip. And this is basically just a compilation, and it's all Joey Belladonna era, which is kind of funny because they have John Bush on the cover, but they're all Joey Belladonna songs. And for the most part, I think it's a really good compilation. There's only two songs on here I don't like, and that's On Demand 91 and Bring the Noise. I don't like those. I do like the original On Demand from '87. I thought it was kind of funny, but the 91 version I think is awful. And like I said, Bring the Noise, don't like that at all. Alright, next one up is another compilation, The Best of Testament. And I like this one a lot, very good compilation. And it goes basically up to low. And I think the song choice is really good. And this is the Japanese version. And it comes with two bonus tracks, both cover songs. Sales Are Quran by Scorpions, which I think that's pretty good. And then Draw the Line, originally by Aerosmith, and I didn't really like that one. Next up, Ramones, Too Tough to Die. And I'm a big Ramones fan, and this release is pretty good. And I picked this one up primarily because the version I have has bonus tracks, and this just has all the studio tracks, the original release. And this is the Japanese version. Comes with an insert. And then there's the OBI strip. Alright, next up, Joe Biafra with DOA, Last Screen of the Missing Neighbors. And I do have this already, but this is the Japanese version. No extra tracks, no booklet or OBI strip. There's some Japanese writing on the inside. And if you're a fan of Joe Biafra and maybe DOA, they're a Canadian punk band, but this period they're doing a little more metal than punk. But anyway, I think it's a really good release. Next one, compilation again, Kiss, Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits. No thrash on here, but I think it's a good compilation if you're a Kiss fan. And I used to have this a long time ago, and not sure whatever happened to it, but decided to pick it up again. Also, this is the Japanese version, no booklet or OBI strip, but there is some Japanese writing on the inside. Alright, next one is an EP, Faith No More Easy. And this has the studio version of Easy they recorded during the Angel Dust sessions, and a bunch of live tracks, and they sound okay. They're not great sounding, but not too bad, not terrible. And did come with an insert. And also, interestingly enough, looks like Patton signed this one. I mean, that's his name there, so I think that's kind of cool. And like I said, I don't know if it's authentic or anything, but very well could be. Alright, next one is a band I haven't mentioned before, but I am a fan of the Beatles, and I like this compilation. I think it's really good. It has a lot of songs that I like, and did come with some inserts. And another side note about this one was it was really scratched up, and I ended up having to clean it with some toothpaste, and that seemed to like basically do the trick. But I was kind of surprised. I hadn't seen one, especially from Japan, that had been scratched up that bad before. Usually they're in pretty decent condition. But every once in a while you'll come across one with scuffs or scratches. Alright, next one is another band I hadn't mentioned before that I'm a fan of, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and this is the CD single for the Zephyr song. Comes with 2 unreleased tracks, and I thought they were decent. Alright, next on the show, I actually got 2 of these while I was there, and that's Exodus, Shovelhead Kill Machine, and I have this already, but Digipack is the dual case version, Japanese version with a bonus track. It's a cover of Problems from the Sex Pistols, which I don't really care for that much, but I thought it'd be cool to pick up. And it came with a few things, the OBI strip, booklet, and also some stickers. I already own this, but I just decided to buy another copy. It's Sodom, Epitome of Torture, and this has 2 bonus tracks. So yeah, it was cool to get this again, even though I already own it. Alright, that does it for everything I've listened to so far. So the next ones I'm going to show I haven't listened to yet. Scorpions, Best of Rockers and Ballads, and I actually picked this up about 1.5 years ago for the first time, but this version is a little bit different than one I have. It's got an extra song on it, but this basically covers the era of Scorpions that I'm a fan of, like late 70s to mid 80s, so for me it's a really good compilation, and there's a couple songs on here I hadn't heard before. Alright, another Faith No More release here, Album of the Year, and this is the Japanese version. Comes with 2 bonus tracks and an insert. Next up, Paradox, Tales of the Weird, German thrash band, and very good release here, and this one comes with 2 bonus tracks and an insert. Next one is basically an 80s hair metal album, and I picked this up when I was a kid on cassette, and yeah, it's not that I like it so much, but it's kind of a nostalgic thing. I actually did pick up the LP years and years ago in Japan, but this is the first time I actually have it on CD. It's Keel, The Final Frontier, and I think the whole reason I picked this up when I was a kid was because the album cover. And interesting note on here is this is produced by Gene Simmons and Kiss, so looking forward to checking this one out again. Like I said, not really a fan of this type of music at all, but like I said, a little bit nostalgic for me. Alright, another Ramones release, Animal Boy, and this one's really hard to get. And this is the second one I was able to pick up in Japan. I got one a few years ago, and pretty good release. I like some songs on here a lot, especially the opener, Somebody Put Something in My Drink. That's a really great song. And another Faith No More release, Angel Dust, and this one has 2 bonus tracks. And like the Ramones Animal Boy, I did pick this version up a couple years ago in Japan as well, but just figured I'd get another one. Like I said, the average price I paid for all these is like $5, so for me it's a bargain, and this one did come with an insert. Alright, finally some metal again, Napalm Death, Inside the Torn Apart, and I am a big fan of this album, and the version I have is Digipack. It's the Japanese version, has 2 bonus tracks. Asphyx, Incoming Death, and I do have this already, the media book version, so I was keen on getting the jewel case version, so happy to pick this up. Asphyx again, and same story with this one, have the media book version, and this is the jewel case version, so that's why I picked it up. Alright, Ramones, Adios Amigos, their final studio album, and this is the Japanese version. Comes with an insert and a cover of the song Ramones, written by Motorhead. Alright, next up, the Beatles Magical Mystery Tour, Japanese version. In the jewel case, the version I have already is Digipack, so that's primarily why I picked this up. Faith No More, the real thing, Japanese version. No extra tracks or anything, but it did come with an insert. And another Faith No More release, King for a Day, Fool for a Lifetime, Japanese version. Comes with a bonus track, Absolute Zero, which is a great song. And also sticker. And I remember when I bought this originally in 1995, it also had a sticker with it, which I still have. And then also comes with an insert. Alright, just a few more releases. Pure 80s, it's a compilation. Most of these tracks on here I probably don't really care for. There's a few I like, but kind of a spontaneous purchase I decided to pick up. Alright, next up, Twisted Sister Best Of, and pretty decent compilation. As far as Twisted Sister goes, basically mostly a fan of Stay Hungry, but there's some other songs I do like. Alright, the 80s, 2 CD compilation, pretty much 80s pop music, and I'm a fan of quite a few songs on here, but not necessarily everything, but looking forward to listening to it. Alright, just a couple more things to show here. Countdown to Extinction Live, the Blu-ray and CD. So haven't seen this before or listened to it, so I'm looking forward to that. I am a big fan of Countdown to Extinction. Alright, last one here. Overkill, the Electric Age. And it's a pretty cool version here. It comes with a DVD in the studio and Blitz's commentary. And no extra tracks on the CD, but I thought it was still a cool thing to pick up. I haven't seen this version before.
Just want to show this picture I took in Disc Union of Violence, Torture Tactics on CD. First of all, because of the price, it's 6,450 yen, which with the conversion rate at the time, it's around $45, so a little bit on the expensive side. And I didn't buy this, I already own it. But also wanted to show, you can see there's the sleeve and media underneath the price with a grade of B. I just wanted to show that they do grade the CDs, so that can be very helpful. I pretty much try to stick with A and B, the higher grades, meaning in better condition. I think the lowest I've seen is D, but not usually, but I'll see C once in a while. So that's pretty much it.
Alright, for the second part of this video, I'm going to be showing the video games I picked up. And they're all PlayStation 4 games, and all used with the exception of one, which I'll save for last. And starting things off with Hunt Down. And I never heard of this game before, but it's a retro style run and gun, which I'm a fan of, so decided to pick it up. Alright, next up, Friday the 13th. I'm actually not a really big fan of this series. I don't even own any of these movies. Just never really got into it, but the game looked interesting, so decided to pick it up. Star Wars Battlefront 2, and I've played this one before, it's pretty good. Predator Hunting Grounds. I've never played this before, but I've seen videos online and it looks interesting. Star Wars Battlefront. I do have the digital download of this game, so I decided to pick up a physical copy. Alright, last one here I actually picked up brand new. It was released the day before I left, and I was really happy to pick this one up. It's the Castlevania Anniversary Collection. And I do have the digital download of this already, but was really happy to pick up a physical copy, especially for games like Castlevania Bloodlines, Super Castlevania 4, and Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. Alright, that does it for Japan Music and Video Game Pickups 2025. Actually thinking of doing a pickups video for 2023 because I went there a couple years ago and actually got maybe roughly about 3 times as much as I got on this trip and a lot more metal, so I think it might be interesting to show that stuff, and like I said, I'm definitely thinking about doing that. So alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.